Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hope you are getting this day started off right and getting ready to ramp up to week 3, as we're going to start week 3, most of us, on Monday. So, what I wanted to talk about today, really briefly, well, number one, I just want to say you guys are incredible. Keep up the great work. I am so proud of each and every one of you for doing your very best and for really crushing it and giving it your all. This has been an amazing group of women to work with. You guys have kept me going. So I just want to give you a virtual fist bump. So, what I wanted to talk about today was thinking about the week ahead. So I know that a lot of us do our meal planning over the weekend. It is super important with this program because now in week 3, as you'll notice when you look ahead, you are going to lose that starchy carb that has been in the meal plan as just one over the last week. So as we've been talking through this program, it is about making a shift. It's about making a shift in your mindset as well as your body. So if you start thinking, oh, this is going to be impossible, it's going to be hard, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I'm not going to have carbs. Oh, now I got to work out for 45 minutes. Oh, you start getting yourself all in a tizzy. And so the anticipation of how it's going to be is often much, much different than the reality. However, if you start getting yourself thinking that way, that's how it's going to be. It's going to be impossible. It's going to be too hard. You're going to be tired. You're going to, all of those things that you start thinking. So start thinking to yourself, this is going to be an interesting challenge. I've never done that before. I wonder how I'm going to feel. I betcha I'm going to feel amazing. Shifting your mindset to a positive, right? And I just wanted to make another caveat, a little point here. I do like to listen to a lot of podcasts, and I hope you do as well. But I've started listening to quite a few low carb talks. So talking about ketogenic diets, talking about low carb. And one of the speakers, one of the professors gave a talk about low carb, and he was talking about the fact that carbohydrates in general are actually not a requirement for our diet to be healthy or to actually live, as opposed to proteins, which we need for the building blocks for amino acids, and fats for our brain and the rest of our bodily functions. But carbs in general, especially refined carbs, especially grains, one, they're just not natural for our systems. Plants and grains in particular have natural defenses that make some of them very difficult to digest. That's their natural defense. So if a plant has a defense against a predator, that predator might eat it the first time, but may not eat it again. So a lot of grains have those, and that's why a lot of people have trouble with gluten and other grain products, because those things have to be so highly processed in order to actually digest them. And there's still some natural defenses that cause inflammation and other symptoms in our systems. So it was a very interesting concept to think that actually carbohydrates in general are not required for humans to live or live a healthy life. Now, make us happy, right? But they actually, your body can actually create sugar from the protein you eat. So it's not necessary to take in sugar in the form of carbohydrates, because all carbohydrates break down to sugar no matter what they are, whether it's fruit, whether it's grain, whether it's sweet potato, it all breaks down to sugar ultimately, or whether it's sugar, right? So it's a very interesting topic and a very interesting thing to think about, but that's one of the things I want you to keep in mind as we're working through this week, especially if you've had a little bit of a harder time cutting back over the past week, just down to that half a cup of sweet potato, squash, whatever starchy carb you had. As we cut that out this upcoming week, I just want you to keep a positive mindset and to realize that you can do it, first of all, and that you may surprise yourself. You may feel unbelievably amazing. A lot of people, when they do cut out carbs from their diet, they do feel mental clarity, because when you're upping your fats and moderating protein and still getting some slow low carbs from those green leafy vegetables and other things like that, vegetables in particular, that's kind of how we're meant to live, honestly. So yes, this program states this is not a week that you need to, stay at where you're not taking in any carbs, because for a lot of us, it's just not realistic. But for some of us, it could be a lifestyle that you embrace because you just feel amazing. So I want you to just keep that in mind, that this doesn't have to be a hard week. This could be the week that changes your life. Make that shift in your mind. Think about what you want to accomplish in the upcoming week, and let's crush it. All right, you guys, I went a little longer than I expected. That's just me. I hope you guys are up for an awesome rest of this weekend, and just have a great day. Love you guys so much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.